algorithmic trading system optimization process. So today I'll show you one of the ways I used algorithmic, the genetic algorithm in MetaTrader 4. So what have I got here in front of me? Well, here I've got some optimization which I was running overnight. And if I go to the settings, this expert advisor actually has a lot of parameters, and I was optimizing over 20 of them. And the number of combinations for that optimization is indicated over here. So you can see that it's this is thousands, this is millions, this is billions, this is trillions, this is quadrillions, and this is a quintillion. So there's a quintillion, over a quintillion of possible combination of the parameters that I'm optimizing. And as you can imagine, you would need a supercomputer to get through all of these in brute force. And even after you'd get through all of them, you would still have so much results that then you would need another optimization to optimize the results of the first optimization. So that would be pretty insane. And this is where the genetic algorithm comes in handy. So as you can see, the genetic algorithm really reduces the number of iteration it has to go through, and I am able to still optimize on the every tick model. And now if I go to the optimization graph, what have I done here? Well, I've actually run 4 separate optimizations for the same expert advisor, but every single time I've used the genetic algorithm. And what does that allow me to do? Well, let me explain on a picture actually. So why do I run 4 separate genetic algorithms at the same time? Why don't I just limit myself to one? Well, let's say in a multi-dimensional space, these are all of the parameters that, or all of the sets of parameters that the expert advisor can have, the ones that we're optimizing. I know this is a bit of, this is my drawing, so I'm very proud of it. I know it's it looks a bit unprofessional, I would say, but let's bear with it. That's the best I could do in paint with a mouse. Anyway, so this is a multi-dimensional space where we have all of the parameters that this expert advisor can possibly have. So how does the genetic algorithm work? So it starts somewhere, let's say one of them, let's say that top one that we just looked at on the right. It starts over here, right? And then it goes, okay, let me randomly try this parameter. Okay, that is better, so I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Okay, that wasn't good, so I'm actually gonna go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and it gets somewhere. And through those 10,000 sets that it runs, it gets somewhere, and it's like, okay, so that's probably the best one, that's the second best one, that's the third best one, and so on. So you have some sets to choose from. Then you go, but the thing with the genetic algorithm here is that it's limited. So because it originally randomly chose to go this way, and then this way, and this way, this way, it's never going to actually look through these sets over here, or it'll never actually see these ones because they're too far away. Think of it in terms of evolution. Like the human species, right? It went this way, this way, this way. Like maybe those are the Neanderthals, or parallel there was Homo sapiens, and eventually we ended up with Homo sapiens. But you would never see a human evolve into a giraffe, right? So if you got a giraffe here, or a human evolve into a tree, or some other form of life over here, because completely different evolutionary pathways, and it's too far away to ever happen. But maybe what you're looking for in this particular case is a giraffe, not a human. So that's why I'm running 4 to, like, I'm not going to get everything, obviously, because there's way too many, it's quintillion. But with 4, I'm quadrupling my chances of getting what I want. So let's say the second one will run from here. It will randomly start here, and it'll go here, it'll go here, it'll go here, it'll go here, and it'll actually then go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. It'll come here. So then it'll say, okay, so this is actually the best set, and maybe this is the second best, this is the third best, and so on. Let's have a look at another one, and then maybe this one will start here, and then it will go like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. I don't know, somewhere. Maybe it'll end up back here, and it'll say this was the best set, this was the second best, third best. Kind of, you get the picture. So I'll just draw the 4th one for completeness sake. So maybe it started here, then it went this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and then it actually went on the same pathway, and it found this one to be the best set, second best, and maybe third best, right? So by having 4 genetic algorithms running at the same time, I'm really increasing the chances of finding diverse parameters. So this one genetic algorithm, what you'll find is it generally, once it finds a profitable way, like it sees that, okay, so maybe stop loss of 36 is profitable, I'm going to stick to stop loss of 36. It'll rarely jump away from 36. It'll go 37, it'll try 35, but then it'll see that 36 is kind of a local extremum. It's a local maximum, and I'll stick to it. And in the end, everything that this genetic algorithm was optimizing or most of the parameters will be with a stop loss of 36. Whereas maybe you're not interested, or you're more, you want a higher stop loss. That's why when you run 4, maybe this genetic algorithm will actually find a stop loss of 72 or 84 or whatever. And that way, it will be optimizing around 84, which can also be a local extremum. But they will never cross, because this is a local extremum, and this is a local extremum, a local maximum for the stop. Well, it yields a maximum of profit around that stop loss, and this stop loss yields a maximum of profit around that stop loss. So if you visualize the graph for, let's say, stop loss, since we're talking about it, let's draw in another color. So probably let's do, what have we not done yet? Orange, right? So if you've got this is your profit. Once again, I apologize for the very, very ugly drawings. That's your profit, and that's your stop loss. Maybe you've got your stop loss like around, what did we say, 36, right? That's your profit goes up, and then it's like it's pretty low, and then, all right, so let's say your 36 is over here, your 84 is over there. So that genetic algorithm, the green one, what it found was that 36 is good. And it tried to go left, it tried to go this way, it tried to go that way, but it found that 36 is really good, and we're going to stick with 36. And what the other one found, this red one, was it found that 84 is actually really good, because it randomly started closer to 84, and it couldn't find anything better around 84. So it'll stick to 84. And that's how the genetic algorithm works. So if you just launch one, you might find yourself stuck at one of these local extremums for profit, and not being able to find other parameters. That's why personally I prefer to launch a couple of genetic algorithms at the same time. In this case, you saw 4 of them running, and that's what I normally do, because for me, I've calculated 4 maximizes my utilization of my machine, my computer, so I can launch it overnight, and because I don't need the computer, it can all completely be dedicated to optimization, and that way all of the resources are utilized. If I launch 5, kind of like they're sharing, and the optimization won't be complete by morning, or the computer will crash. So one of the 2 things will happen. So there you go. That is why I run 4 genetic algorithms at the same time, and that is one of the use cases for genetic algorithms. And just to have a look at the results, you can see here that the starting balance was 10,000, and you can see that the genetic algorithm did a great job. It increased from, like, some of them went down, so what we saw in that lovely picture that I drew. Some of them went down, some of them went up, but generally you can see this curve is going up. So this is the final balance on the account, and you can see that overall it is like, it got me to results where I can be earning 17,000, or it can be earning $7,000, and this is a period of 36 days, right? So 36 days, and this expert advisor conducts maybe about, ideally I wanted to conduct over 100 trades in 36 days, but that's a completely different story. That's my preferences and statistical significance and things like that. What we're talking about here is genetic algorithm, and you can see that in this case it got up to $7,200 of profit. Here's 6,800. Here's about maybe about $7,000 of profit. Here's about 6,000.
In cui sono uscita con il trade precedente. Quindi entro a ribasso, metto lo stop al di sopra del massimo, entro a ribasso proprio su questa barra qui. Questo è il time frame a 30 minuti. Faccio andare avanti il grafico così vediamo cosa succede. Questa volta si tratta di trading un po' più lento, non di scalping, in quanto abbiamo un po' più di spazio rispetto a prima. Il nostro primo obiettivo è all'incirca qui, il secondo è sul minimo. in effetti ci sarebbe anche un terzo target un po' più distante, ma non si sa se viene raggiunto in quanto è un po' ambizioso. Mando leggermente avanti il video così vediamo cosa è successo. Allora, la cosa importante è tenere presente che il livello della chiusura del giorno precedente è un livello importante. Quindi il prezzo solitamente, almeno nelle giornate più tranquille, andrà sempre entro la giornata, entro la mattinata a toccare lì e andare solitamente nella direzione opposta, però non è detto, bisogna sempre vedere la situazione del momento. Allora, andando avanti, vediamo come il prezzo piano piano scende. Vado avanti perché altrimenti il video sarebbe lunghissimo. Allora, a questo livello, ossia all'incirca sul minimo di questa barra outside che contiene quest'altra, decido di prendere il primo profitto. Quindi la mia entrata è questa in verde, questo qui è lo stop che ho spostato più sotto dell'entrata. In questo modo, chiudendo una parte della posizione, posso tranquillamente far correre gli eventuali altri profitti senza avere alcun rischio, perché male che vada ho preso già il mio profitto e se il prezzo tornasse a salire non avrei alcuna perdita, si fermerebbe a zero. Quindi vediamo ancora cosa succede. La mia entrata qui ovviamente è su doppio massimo. Allora, non so se hai letto il mio articolo sui doppi massimi e le bande di Bollinger. Quando c'è un massimo abbastanza alto fuori dalle bande di Bollinger e poi si presenta un altro massimo più dentro alle bande di Bollinger e più basso, vuol dire che il prezzo tornerà a scendere almeno per un po'. Quindi ho unito questo segnale al segnale del livello di chiusura del giorno precedente e quindi al doppio massimo che si è formato anche qui, perché anche se vedi i livelli un po' più, questa barra ha il massimo più basso di quest'altra barra, comunque è ugualmente un doppio massimo, non devono essere per forza precisi, il trading non è matematica, quindi si tratta comunque di doppio massimo. Anche in questo caso questo massimo è più alto rispetto a questo all'interno delle bande di Bollinger vuol dire che il prezzo, almeno per un breve periodo, tornerà a scendere. Quindi ricordo non solo il segnale della chiusura del giorno precedente, ma anche un segnale importante come può essere un doppio massimo. Ovviamente qui che il segnale era un po' più corto, immediato, sono andata in scalping un po' meno importante, ecco. Beh, andiamo avanti perché l'operazione dura ancora, infatti a un certo punto era ora di pranzo e mm, l'ho lasciata andare da sola. Il prezzo ancora scende. Qui siamo sul 5 minuti perché inizio a vedere che sta per avvenire un rimbalzo verso l'alto, quindi avrei voluto prendere il mio primo profitto alla rottura di questo minimo, perché di solito avviene, però quando ho visto il prezzo un po' più rimbalzare, ecco, ho deciso di spostare il mio stop profit appena questa barra si è formata. Quindi oltre ad essere dove, perché ho inserito qui questo stop profit, si è formata questa barra rialzista e quindi al di sopra di questo poi c'è la media mobile piatta, quindi spero in un rimbalzo verso il basso. Inoltre ho cercato di inserire lo stop al di sopra di questo livello di prezzo, dove cioè c'è stato il rimbalzo precedente nel trade di scalping. In questo modo spero che le mani forti non vadano oltre e vadano invece a toccare questo punto qui. In effetti il mio stop profit è stato sfiorato, quindi sono stata abbastanza fortunata anche. Non c'erano molte notizie importanti, quindi non ho, non ho rischiato quasi nulla, anzi più nulla. Vabbè, qui il prezzo torna a scendere e va verso quello che è il mio secondo target. A un certo punto però vado a pranzo, quindi non posso farti vedere come è continuata la mia operazione, però sul sito trovi un grafico della mia continuazione. Ti faccio vedere anche.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this diagonal and we're going to copy it and we're going to put it above the price. So there it is. It's got the same angle as the first one and it's sitting on one of the highs of the price. So once again, as you can see here, the price is also bouncing off this diagonal as well, and bouncing downwards. The price is kind of moving in a channel or corridor. Now, what are we anticipating from the price going forward? Well, right now we are probably expecting for the price to bounce off the top border and then to go back up. This is where we would enter into a buy order. So once the price has bounced off, we would wait for it to hit this bottom border of the channel. We would enter into a buy order, and if the price goes in our direction, once it hits the top border again, that's when we would close our trade. So it's important to note here that in an upward channel, it is recommended to trade only buy orders. And why is that? Well, let's take a few steps back for a second. At this stage, we're anticipating for the price to go down. So we could technically conduct a sell order, but it's not advisable for two reasons. First of all, we'd be trading against the trend, and that's something we said we shouldn't do. We should always trade with the trend. And second, as you can see here, the downward movement is actually smaller than the upward movement. So in an upward channel, if you create sell orders, you will always earn less than if you create buy orders. So that's another reason why in an upward channel you should only trade buy orders. Next, we're going to look at a downward channel. So here we've got a downward trend. We can draw a resistance line. If we copy that line, we can see that very often the price will also follow the copied line. So it won't break through it, it will bounce off that line. And channels are very common on the Forex market. And you'll see this from our live trading on a real account further down in this course. So here we're expecting the price to go up, then we'll conduct a sell order, and we'll close our order once the price reaches the opposite side of the channel. So once again, in a downward channel, it is advised to open sell orders because you would be, in this case, you'll be trading with the trend and you'll get longer movements. And so those are the two main ways of trading channels. It's actually one way, but in two different types of channels. And it's always trading inside the channel. And more often than not, the price does stay in the channel. But sooner or later, of course, the price will break the channel. And that's why there's an alternative strategy where, in this case, instead of opening a sell order, you would open a buy order. And you would expect the price to go somewhere out of the channel. You would use this strategy when your other analysis is telling you that this channel is getting too old and the price is going to break through it. So when a channel is quite new, there's more chances that the price will stay inside. When the channel has been around for a while, the chances of the price breaking out are constantly growing. Both strategies are valid. Depends on the situation and what your other technical analysis tells you. So to sum up with channels, direction, trade with the channel, stay inside the channel. It's more likely that the price will bounce into the channel. There's an alternative strategy, which is a breakthrough strategy, and that is used